Almost got it too late. What is up, beautiful people? It is me, your board certified. What is up, people? It is me, your board certified fantasy football guru and all sports guru. Listen, it's been a while, so I almost forgot how it was done. I am here. It is Brother Stock Ball. I'm with my right hand man, my sidekick. Some people call him Brother Angry. Some people call him Brother West Coast. Some people call him Brother Get into Town and Don't Talk to Nobody. What's going on, sir?
How you doing, brother?
It's my boy Jerome J. I'm good. I'm nice. How you been, my man?
Man, everything's been going good. What about you?
Well, listen, man, as you know, it's been crazy, man. We're just getting our season started now. So, you know, it was crazy out here in Montreal over the summer. So, hey, it's winding down. Fall's here. Time to get into some real ball every week. Give the people what they want and get back on the job. So that's where I'm at right now. How about you, my man?
Oh, man, you know, it's fall, man. It's time for football. It's time for the baseball playoffs. It's time for hockey, and it's time for basketball, man. It's the best time of the year, man.
It actually is, man. It's the best time of the year to be a boy, man. It's funny you mentioned baseball because my brother actually is getting me into baseball this year, especially the playoffs.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's the last of the baseball fanatics. You know what I mean? So he's been making me scream at the Blue Jays. He's Yankees all day. But he's a lover of the game, man. So, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but you're quite the baseball star yourself, my friend.
You know what? I'm still playing baseball, believe it or not. Real baseball, not that softball nonsense.
Why you judging? Why you judging?
No, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't judge, man. But you know what I mean? It's real baseball.
Facts.
Right?
Listen.
So how you been, man? What's going on, man? I see your Cowboys. You know I have to go there right away. I see your Cowboys are surviving. Nobody thought they would. You know, I didn't think they would. So
I didn't want to say anything because if I say it, I'm a bad guy, right? But yeah, my Cowboys are doing what we do. You know what I mean? We're doing what we do. You know, I'm happy where we're at. You know what I mean? 4-1 is a good place to be with a backup quarterback, of course.
Yep.
I think we're going to be a much better team when our quarterback is back. I know a lot of people want to make a quarterback controversy for what reason I do not know. But
What?
I don't know. A lot of people are saying leave Cooper Rush in until he loses. He's on a hot streak. But listen, Dak is our quarterback, and it's that simple.
You know the saying, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So why would you pull this dude out? Everybody thought this guy was going to lose like maybe 3 out of 5 games or whatever. The guy's been on a winning streak. So why would you mess with the chemistry that he has right now? Yeah, Dak is your starting quarterback, but until that guy loses, keep him in there.
No.
What happens if you bring Dak in and then you guys lose the game? What's going to happen?
Are we going to be honest with each other right now?
Yeah, let's be honest.
Okay, Philly's not going 17-0, so they're going to lose at some point. I don't want to, but at some point I'm going to lose another game. So at the end of the day, why do I want to help that along? Like, Dak's my quarterback. There's a big Cooper Rush got 100 yards on my last football game. Now, that may stand because my defense is playing lights out, but against a good team that's going to have an offense, that's not going to do. So what's going to happen when people are playing the Dallas Cowboys and instead of getting 100 yards a game, Dak's over there getting 350 plus, and we're up by 20 with that defense playing lights out? It's a problem for people.
Let me ask you a question. How many games has Rush lost right now?
As a professional starter, none. He's never lost in his career.
Okay. So this is what I'm saying. So how many games this year did Dak lose?
Dak lost one because he hurt his finger. He hardly played the game.
Oh, okay. Right? But it's still an L. It's still an L. Right? So right now you got to go. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm going with the hot hand. The hot hand right now, it's not Dak Prescott. It's not him. I mean, right now he's your number one quarterback. You bring him in when everything. Right now, Dallas is riding on a high. No, when they get beat by Philly, maybe when they get beat by Philly this weekend, then they can bring him in. But don't bring him in for the Philly game. He's not ready for that kind of action yet. You don't want that smoke.
No, but
what?
First of all, I don't know if you're really in the position to be telling me what I want and what I don't want. That's number one. And number two, you said something that really made sense when you started talking. You said, I'm not a cowboy. And that's the point. Like, maybe you should mind your business Worry about what's going on with your boys and maybe not my business. Then maybe you should let me take care of my business.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna let you get away with that one because I know Dallas and they're gonna mess it up. They're gonna do something stupid. Probably put Dak in there.
I was having the same conversation today with another member of the show. But I can't really talk to him. Like, he's crazy because he hasn't watched ball all year. So he's playing the Stephen A. dummy thing where it's like Dallas is going to find a way to lose. Like that whole stupid routine, right? But at the end of the day, if you're watching ball right now, Dallas is like a top 5 team, legit. Like, not fanboying, not me making noise about the Cowboys. Dallas is a top 5 team, legit. So...
Whoa. I told Dave, whoa, okay.
Sorry, whoa, what? They're not?
Whoa.
You're going to say
you're saying they're a top 5 team, but they ain't played nobody yet.
Okay.
Who they beat? Who they beat? That's above 500.
Is that a rhetorical question, or can I say? First of all, I gotta buy my crown for this weekend because I told you I was gonna ask you a question, man. I asked it to the people. I'm gonna ask it to you right now, man. If you beat the defending Super Bowl champions and the team that made it to the Super Bowl that lost, the number 2 team in the league, would that make you? Don't that make you the uncrowned champion right now? You're asking me who did they beat? They beat the Super Bowl champions and they beat the runner-up in the Super Bowl. Now, we're not going to say that's garbage teams. We're going to say they were 2 best teams in the league last year. So I think
but this year, that's last year. The best. But let me ask you a question though: are the Rams playing like the Rams played last year? Is Cincinnati playing like they played last year?
I can only answer that.
What are their records?
What are their records? I can only answer that like Bill Parcells did. I have a hard enough time coaching my team. I can't coach yours. I don't watch what other teams are doing around these parts. You know what I mean? I just know what I'm doing. It's not my job to worry about how they're playing.
I guess this week will be the test. We'll see how good they stand against Philly.
There's no doubt that this week is definitely a big test for my football team and what's going on. I'm not gonna say it's not, but what I am gonna say about my team this week is if they come out of it victorious, a lot of people got to eat crow. And a lot of people got to stop hating on the Cowboys just for hate's sake. The Dallas Cowboys are a very good football team right now on both sides of the ball.
They're playing good.
I think they get a lot better when Dak comes in. There's a lot of health issues that we're dealing with. I think when our receiver core comes back healthy, that's going to change things a little bit. But I am going to tell the truth. I really do love the position the Dallas Cowboys are in right now. But let's talk about your team for a minute because you're one of the surprise teams this year. One of your boys here.
What team is that?
The Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, they're surprisingly.
Let's be honest. They're a lot better than people thought they were going to be. Everybody thought the Seahawks were going to play for the first round pick this year.
Yep.
But they're showing up and they're competitive in every game. If they lose, they're just losing. And who saw that coming? I mean, Geno Smith. Geno Smith is one of are you maybe looking at the comeback player of the year right now?
Well, it's still early, but Geno surprised a lot of people. But you know what? The man's been studying. He's been studying for 14 years, right? Because how long has it been since he's been a starter? I can't remember how long.
It's been a while.
Right?
It's been a while.
So he's been studying. I mean, kudos to him for putting the work in and actually coming out and playing and making the team competitive. But will it last? I don't know. I mean, I saw that game on Sunday. They still missed a few plays, and they could have won that game. They should have won that game.
But you see what you're saying? You're talking about a team that should be dogs right now, and right now you're saying they should have won that game. That's what I'm saying about this team right here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The entertainment value was great, but he's a professional quarterback. It's not like this is his first, excuse me, I'm getting a little allergies here talking about Seattle here, but it's I don't know, man. It's to be honest, I don't know what to expect. Excuse me, what?
That's okay. Yeah. COVID is real, people. Make sure you're still protecting yourself out there. So. Yeah. I mean, I like what's going on over there. I mean, DK Metcalf, I thought was going to be put on the shelf. Lockett's playing lights out. DK's playing lights out. Geno Smith's playing lights out. Let's get to it. Let's get to the big game this weekend. There's a huge monumental game this weekend which is the Bills and the Chiefs. Now, we're talking about the heir apparent, and we're talking about the number one going on right now. So everybody, I think, would say that still Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. But you got Josh Allen nipping at his heels right now. Is this the litmus test for everybody to see who's the actual best quarterback in football right now?
Okay, now Josh Allen is a great quarterback, right? But he's not better than Patrick Mahomes, and I don't think he ever. I don't think he ever will be. He's a great quarterback.
450 last week, my friend. 450 last week.
Yeah, man. But who they played? They played a depleted Steelers team. Come on now, let's. You know what I mean? Like, did you see him against Miami? He played great, but he couldn't win that game.
Well, listen. He's short,
right?
But listen, he doesn't make this mistake often, but he short skipped the last throw of the game. Had he made a Josh Allen throw, they win that game. Nobody's talking like this right now.
That's right. I mean, look at Patrick Mahomes he's just a different cat, man. I mean, there's so many guys out there who are Mahomes-like, but they're not him. And regardless of now he doesn't have the cheetah, he's still making this offense click. They were down 17-0. You saw that on Monday night.
But this is what I'm saying. So why are we giving credit to him saying...
Or Sunday night, or whatever night it was. Monday night. That's right.
But why are we sitting here giving him the heir apparent when, like you said, he was down 17 and against any other team that is coached properly, that keeps the ball out of their hands and just runs the ball. I don't know why they stopped doing what they were doing. But obviously he's a quarterback that if you put in the position to win, he's gonna come out there and try and win. So...
man. I mean, not even. It's just Patrick is just a different guy, man.
But there's a winner of this game. Does the winner of this game get to come out of this game and say, "I am the best quarterback in football"?
I don't think so. Unless they throw 450 in this game, 6 touchdowns, probably 5 or 6 touchdowns. Then maybe they can come out and say, "Yeah, they're the better quarterback now." But I don't think I can ever rate Josh Allen over Mahomes. Then it doesn't matter. Like, no matter what happens in this game, I would never say, well, you know what? If I have money to bet, I'm not going to bet against Mahomes against anybody.
I don't know if I'm that confident about him anymore. I always said when you lose and you're a mixed race, I got to see which side comes out first, man. I got to see if the black side comes out and you're angry, or the white side comes out and you're going to play a little timid. And I'm still waiting to see which side came out. I don't know which side he is.
I'm glad you said it, not me. But no, you know what? I just think that Patrick's style, man, like he just makes everything look real easy. And I'm not saying Allen is not a good quarterback, but he's running around. He's running and Mahomes he has a smoothness to it. It just seems effortless with him, right? So I just like his style better than Josh Allen. I'm not saying Allen is not a great quarterback. He's not going to win a Super Bowl, not going to take Buffalo to a couple of Super Bowls. But in my opinion, and it's only my opinion that I can give, right? I think that Mahomes is a better quarterback. I think he can throw the better deep ball. I think he's when it comes to improvising plays, man, this guy's crazy. Did you see him the week before with some spin around move, like right on the 2-yard line? This guy's crazy.
Absolutely. But I am going to say this game for me is a litmus test of.
Is it?
It is. Because listen, Josh Allen is right there for me. I mean, he's got 2 great receivers. He's got a good tight end. He's got a bit of a running game. Obviously, Mahomes is doing more with less. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see this weekend, man. But let's jump into the schedule right now. Staying in your division, we got the San Francisco 49ers against an Atlanta team. Now, Atlanta's one of them up and down teams. I think at the beginning they were playing a bit of
what's up about it? What's up about Atlanta? Why are you bringing up Atlanta as an up and down team? Come on, let's talk the truth. Atlanta, what is up about Atlanta? What is up about Atlanta?
All right,
tell me.
You make a good point. I'm gonna say Atlanta's in trouble with that Frisco defense. Obviously, they're playing lights out. They're the number 1 defense in football right now, leading in almost every category. It's gonna be hard for me to pick Atlanta in this game. Obviously, I I got to give my opinion. And my opinion, as much as I don't want to say it, you got to look at the San
Don't
Francisco
do it.
49ers. You got to look for the 49ers in
Don't
this
do
game.
it, man. No matter what, man. Make that smart pick, man.
No, you have to. But I'm a guru. I'm not a fool. So obviously, I got to call the 49ers in that game. What do you think about the Patriots and the Browns? Now, these are two teams that can go either way. They can go up or they can go down. I mean, what do you think about this game here?
Okay, so the Patriots shut somebody out on the weekend. That is very hard to do in the NFL.
Yes.
With that said, though, the Patriots haven't really been showing much offense, right? They haven't really been, this juggernaut of offensive football. Cleveland, they've been in some really close games. Now, Brissett is just hanging in there, but they may get a lift of seeing their quarterback he's in the building now.
Yeah. Mac Jones is there.
Watson is in the building.
And don't forget, I'm going to say Baker Mayfield's up, but they are. Listen, it's a Bill Belichick team, right? So obviously they're going to play on defense first, but they're coming against this two-headed monster, over there with Hunt and Chubb. So.
And Cleveland's got a dangerous defense too, man. So, they're going to go after the quarterback. So, I think Cleveland, if Brissett can put things together, I think they'll take this game. And
they are at home too, so that has to factor in as well, right?
Yeah, that's just my opinion.
I'm going to make that call with you. I like them as well. Now, we got a very interesting game, man. 2 3-2 teams, both wearing ugly green. And both going in different directions based on this game. But we got the Packers and we got the Jets. Now, here's a question for you, man. Is the gig up with Aaron Rodgers? Are we finally seeing the decline of Aaron Rodgers right now?
Well, I'm going to say this. Believe this or not, I'm going to say this. I can't believe I'm saying this. I know it's early in the season. But that Giants team is, they're not a pushover. Right. So that loss last week to the Giants, although shocking, down 17. Although shocking, it's not this. This is not your parents' Giants, man. Saquon is back. He's actually playing. Wow. And once he's on the team, anything can happen. Right?
I agree 100%. He's playing scary right now.
With that said, though, bro, I cannot see Green Bay losing to the Jets. I just can't see.
Look at the Jets. I mean, Zach Wilson he's finally playing like the quarterback people think he is. Yeah. He's got a very young receiver core. He's got
that boy's nice. He's nice, man, but they ain't beating Green Bay, man.
You don't see that happening?
Nah.
This is a pick'em for me. I can't say who's going to win or not. This is a pick'em.
No, man, I can't. Rodgers got a lot of pride left. He's not going to lose to both New York teams, man. Trust me.
And he is at home.
Yeah, that's not happening.
All right, okay, I'll leave you to that one. Let's look at the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Indianapolis Colts. I don't know who the Colts are one game to the next, man. And I can say the same thing for Jacksonville because they'll come out and look good one week and the next week they'll look flat. I don't know. This is another pickup for me. I don't know how to make this call this week.
Jacksonville is on the come up, but, man, Indianapolis got that one win against the Chiefs, man. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. But
is that a case of anybody can win on any given Sunday? Is that what that is?
Yeah, this is the kind of game that, you should pick a tie. If you can pick a tie, man, you pick a tie. You leave it. You let that game run. Don't even turn it on. You let it run in the background. You check the score every 20 minutes. It's probably going to be like 6-3, 9-6, 12-6, 21-17. That game is just, you know what I mean? These two are two equally matched teams, in my opinion. Right. Nobody knows how that's going to go, man.
All right, so let's take a look at the next game. A very quiet team that's flying under the radar, playing very good football right now, is Minnesota against Miami. Now, obviously, Miami is just littered with injuries right now. I think the Cheetah went out last week. Obviously, we know Tua's not playing in that game. Just loads of trouble in Miami right now. I can't see Miami coming out of that. But are we jumping the gun again with Kirk Cousins? Are we Like, is Kirk Cousins doing what he actually does every year, which is he comes out, he saves the second coming, and we just wait for the collapse? Like, very, very Phillip Rivers-ish.
Okay, Philip, that's really good. That's a really good comparison. So here we go. Minnesota Vikings. I mean, Kirk Cousins. He is the best game manager out there right now, because he's not really a quarterback. He's just out there doing what he should be doing.
Just throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson and nobody else, man. It's crazy what he's doing right now.
And for some reason, they're winning games. Yeah. Like, when you look at these guys, you say, look at this Minnesota. They're going to get blown out. And then in the fourth quarter, you notice that they're only down by a touchdown. And then they tie the game up and somehow they go ahead. Like, they're doing what they need to do to win. It's hard to bet against them, right? Because they just seem to pull shit out of their hat every game. Every game is for some reason, man. So Miami, Tua's not playing this week. Bridgewater is questionable. You remember he went out with a concussion last week.
But this is it. Yeah.
So I mean, Miami. There's a good chance that the two quarterbacks from Miami won't play in this game.
Absolutely, and trouble all the way around, man.
Yeah.
I got to take Minnesota in this game. Another team that's Jekyll and Hyde right now. We got actually both teams are very Jekyll and Hyde. And one has a gadget player too, but we got Cincinnati and we got the Saints. If Cincinnati wins that game last week, everybody says they're back and they're a force to be reckoned with. They didn't win. The Saints look like they're on a roll and they have momentum going, and then Jameis Winston becomes Jameis Winston. I don't know. I don't know where these teams are going. I don't know where to put these teams right now.
So Winston hasn't played the last, 2 or 3 games? I mean, they seem to be doing okay without him.
Yeah.
Right? And all of a sudden, Hill's back in the fold. I mean,
now, is he their tight end, or is he their running back, or is he their quarterback? Where does he play?
Well, he's the Cordell Stewart of 2022.
He is really the MacGyver of football, isn't he?
Right? I mean, you look at that, and the Kamara's back. If he's not injured, the Saints can make some noise, man. With that said, though, I mean, I don't know, man. Cincinnati, it's a Jekyll and Hyde. One week, they look like they're putting everything back together. The next week, they can't do anything. Joe Cool he's a little bit too cool for school, man. I don't know. It's just,
yeah, that's a good call.
He just doesn't seem like the same quarterback from last year,
That's a very good call. Very good. He might actually be just too cool for school. Yeah.
I don't know who would you, but then again, just because I don't know. I think I'll have to go with Cincinnati, man. Just because I don't think New Orleans is solid at the quarterback right now.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. And now, okay, listen, this is the game of the week to me that all lies are gonna have to come out to the surface now. We got Baltimore playing the Giants, and all I have to say is, listen, man, if the Giants win this game, it's time to stop joking around now. It's time to take the Giants very seriously. If the Giants win this football game, do I think they're going to?
Can you imagine this? If the Giants win this football game and Dallas beats Philly, you're going to have 3 teams in the NFC East at 5-1.
Yeah, the way it should be.
When was that? When was the last time you seen that?
It was actually 1979, the last time that happened.
Really? Okay, yeah. See, there you go. That's why you're the guru, man.
That's what it is. But the crazy thing about that is everybody has stopped calling me the NFC least. And it looks like the NFC beast is back. You know what I mean?
You know what? Remember we were talking the other day. I think it's crickets now. Nobody's calling you. I don't see nothing. I see nobody posting anything about that.
I have no friends. Nobody calls. Nobody says anything. Nobody has anything smart to say. I personally like it. And as you noticed, I haven't blown anybody up. It will change this weekend though. But I haven't blown anybody up. But I like it when people humble themselves. Why do I have to humble them for them? I like it when they humble themselves. You know what I mean? That's why I take it from Brother Angry, man. Why get angry if you don't have to?
So, wait, let's go. So, Guru, let's go back. Who are the Giants playing again?
Baltimore Ravens, sir.
So this team, this Baltimore team, man, I don't know if this is what's getting me angry, right?
Here we go.
This team could easily be 5-0, but they just they can't finish a football game.
Yeah.
Even last week, they were lucky to win this game.
I completely agree.
Like, I don't know what it is about it. Like, they seem to play 3 quarters of football and then that's it. They move the ball well in the first 3 quarters. Their defense is good, and then in the fourth quarter, it's like they just go to sleep. Mm-hmm. They forget how to play. Mm-hmm. This is a big game, no doubt. I really don't know which way to go. If I wanted to, I might make a bet against the grain and single this game out and see what the Giants can do. I mean, I'm rooting for the Ravens. I want them to win, but there's something about that team, man, that just.
All I know is if the Giants win this game, like I have to actually start looking at them now. I have to start looking at them.
What if the Giants win and Dallas loses? That means Dallas is behind Philly and
I am not concerned about my Dallas Cowboys at all at this point in the season. I have Detroit and Chicago coming up. I'm not worried about the Cowboys right now, but especially because I'm doing it with the backup, so I'm not going to be hard on myself. But my Cowboys are going to give a lot of people trouble this year. I'm not worried about it. When we get back to full strength, we're the best team in football. We'll go over that later. We'll save that for later on.
Yeah.
Our next game, my friend, your favorite player in the league, Tom Brady, is going against the lowly Pittsburgh Steelers. How the mighty have fallen in Pittsburgh, my friend.
Man, you're getting me more angry as the deeper we get into this. Now, I'm an Omar Epps fan, right? Like, I mean, Omar Epps, I don't have to call him up and say, Omar, what are you doing with this team this year, man? What took you so long to get Trubisky out of that from behind center? This guy had no business starting. He had no business starting, man.
I don't think he was ever a starting quarterback in this league.
You know what I mean? He's just as bad as Wentz, and we'll get to him later. But, I mean, how many games did it take Tomlin to say, yo, man, Mitch, I got to put this other guy in, man. You're just not moving the ball.
At least 4, at least 3 or 4.
Jeez,
and we're talking about 3 or 4 too many. It looks like in this game, Tampa Bay has some people coming back as well. Is it too early?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even going to talk about Tom Brady in this team.
Brady was the center of controversy this week with
Let's talk about the tackle.
Call.
Let's talk about the tackle. What did you say when you saw that call? Sorry.
What did I see?
The roughing the passer.
I saw Brady, get pushed down. Actually, the dude broke his fall and he rolled over on his side. That should have been a whistle. Next play, let's go. All of a sudden, it's a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty. I was like, I had to look at it. I rewound it about 3-4 times to see if maybe I'm missing something. There was absolutely nothing there.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, and I love that ref because he's a brother. And I'm trying to say to myself, what was this man looking at when he called that? I don't know.
Well, let's be honest. Everybody's trying to make up for the non-call on Tua. They're gun shy now. If you breathe too heavy on a quarterback, they don't want to look bad. They're going to make these stupid calls.
But it's ridiculous, man.
It's brother angry stuff.
Like now we better just, you know what I mean? What are you going to do now? I think now the league just might as well just have a guy out there 5 yards away counting steamboats or something because you can't touch a quarterback.
I don't want you to say that too loud in case they're listening.
You can't touch the quarterback.
It's really bad. It's really, really bad.
Go with Tampa Bay, man. I mean, Pittsburgh, it's unfortunate, but they're probably going to fire Tomlin at the end of the year. They got to be rebuild, man. They got to.
I don't see that happening. And if they do, they're crazy. One losing season in 55,000 years. Relax, people. It's going to happen.
But football.
But
What have you done for me lately?
well, this is true. I can't even say you're lying. I can't even say you're lying. I gladly welcome him in Dallas, though. Next game, listen, let's overlook this one. It's the Panthers and the Rams. But listen, man, is it time to start really realizing that Baker Mayfield is not an NFL quarterback?
Listen, Baker can make up all the excuses. He doesn't want to see
he is out this week with a high ankle sprain. But even if he's in that game, does it make a difference?
Well, they got a new coach now, so I don't know. Maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe. I watched a couple of their games, and not the full game, but his old line again, it's not really helping him a lot. But he missed some really easy throws, right? And you can't be a quarterback in the NFL if you can't make the basic throws.
Absolutely.
So Baker can't blame anybody but Baker.
Facts.
He's just got to play better or sit on the bench, man.
That's it. I don't
And
even
the Rams,
know how to look at this game.
hold on, bro. I gotta talk about the Rams, man.
Go ahead, sir. I didn't think there was anything to talk about. Can I say one thing about the Rams that's obvious right now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's obvious because of the fact that Odell was on the other side of Cooper Kupp and demanded attention. Cooper Kupp had the season and generational season, and everybody thought he was the $1 million man. But now that he's getting single coverage, it's obvious either one of two things. He's a really good receiver, but not the greatness that they gave him last year. Or Matthew Stafford is more injured than we think he is right now. I think one of those things might be true.
All right. I got to say a couple things here. Number one, the Rams won the Super Bowl last year. Okay, you got to give them that.
You have to.
For me, in my opinion,
I don't have to give them anything. I beat them, but go ahead. I feel you.
This is my opinion, only my opinion. I never really thought Matthew Stafford was a great quarterback. Mm-hmm. Last year, he had so many interceptions. I didn't think he was that great last year. Mm-hmm. He was lucky that they won. Right. So now he's becoming Matthew Stafford again. Like, if you see that game, how many interceptions this guy got already this season? He's throwing the ball and you're asking yourself, who's he throwing to? Mm-hmm. The Rams, you can say that they still have the Super Bowl hangover. They're still like, yeah, we're the champs, but, the effort's not there. They're just not the same team. Teams are running on them. Teams are just, and they pride themselves in the defense. But,
But when you lose Von Miller, it kind of makes a difference, no?
That's what I'm saying, right? They lost some pieces, right? So now the other teams are like, yo, you guys get the ball, because they know they're getting it back because Stafford's giving it right back to them. So, I don't know. Can Wonder Coach get them out of this? I don't think so. I think
it's still early in the season. It's not like they have a losing record. The season is definitely not over with the Rams, and they are defending champions. So
it's not over.
I'm not willing to throw in the towel right now.
But Guru, one other thing, Guru, I heard you say this twice now. You say, "Oh, the season's still young." Do you imagine that we blinked and we're in week 6, so we're almost halfway through this season? Right. Like there's no time. There's no time now for teams to be, still lollygagging around and saying, "Oh, it's okay, we got time."
No, if they can't put it together right now, exactly. It's time to figure out who you are as a team right now.
Yeah, that's it. This is it. Now, this week is pivotal, right, for a lot of these teams,
without question.
So,
speaking of pivotal, this is another pickup and toss up game to me. Obviously, it has significance to you. I don't know how to pick this game at all. Arizona's playing your Seattle Seahawks. Make the call for me, because I have no idea how to call this game.
I don't know. What is Kyler Murray? What do you think, Kyler Murray?
I think Kyler Murray is the quarterback that I thought he was. I thought he's too small. I never really had a great. I don't know. He could be good, but he's kind of not. You know what I mean? I don't know how to look at him.
But okay, I got to be honest though. Last week, man, dude did whatever he had to do, and the stupid kicker missed the field goal, right?
Right.
But it always seems that for every good throw he makes like four things that make you scratch your head and say, what was he thinking on that? I know he likes to run, but he's, I don't know, man. I think they need him to be just a little more consistent, man. And I think that they could do something in the West. I mean, because the West is so shitty right now, they're still in it. But does he beat Seattle? Like, the Cardinals had a great defense last year. This year, not so much. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Listen, I'm in the same boat. That's why I don't know how to call this game. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
This is the week of a lot of. You know what I mean? I don't know.
My friend,
we'll see.
my friend, these are facts. These are facts. So the first of the game of the weeks is now.
Yeah.
We have the big Buffalo Kansas City game, my friend.
Yeah, that's man. I don't know who to pick for that game. I mean,
And the
obviously,
game's in
you
Kansas
heard
City.
me.
The game's at Kansas City, my
I'm
friend.
that's it. I'm a Mahomes dude, so I'm gonna go KC. I like the chemistry between him and Kelsey, man. But their defense always questionable, man. They come up sometimes. They do come up with some big plays, but Buffalo's a team that can torch these guys. I'm talking about big plays.
They could.
Big plays.
I think both teams have the ability to put up a lot of points and a lot of points fast.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
So it's kind of like pick your poison.
Yeah, I'm gonna go KC by 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't say no because it's a pick 'em for me. I don't know how to make this call. I got to stop doing that too.
Yeah.
You know what? Come closer to the weekend. I'm going to make my calls for the weekend. But for now, I'm sitting on the fence. But I promise you, I won't stay straddled on the fence. But this game has the potential to be a blowout for either team, right? As we saw last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's just leave it at that. We'll get closer to that on the weekend. The second game of the week is the big game in Philly, Dallas and Philly. You know where my heart lies. I'm not going to say nothing, but I'll give it to you right now, sir.
Yo, man, I've always been a fat Randall Cunningham's, fan, man, and Philly always will be in my heart, man.
Don't forget, Randall Cunningham was a Dallas Cowboy, but go ahead.
When? But when? Not when he was real.
That's not the point.
He was not when he was real Randall Cunningham.
That's not the point. And before he retired closer to a Cowboy than he did a Philadelphia Eagle. So talk to me nice. Talk to me nice.
Listen, I always like Philly, man. I always like Philly. I really love what Hurts is doing. He's showing he's mature this year, man.
Yeah, for real.
I really like what's going on there. The team is behind him now. I'm going to pick Philly. Philly's going to win by 6. I'm calling it from now, bro. 6.
I think the odds were 5.5. But really, I don't care about the odds. I don't care about you, and I don't care about your pick right now. I'll throw my 2 cents in before the weekend comes, and there's a chance that Dak may actually be playing this game.
Hold on. You mean that you even have to question this? This is your team they're playing against.
At the beginning of this conversation, we already know where my heart lies and where I'm going. So I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we have to do a better job of listening.
That you should be making a definitive statement right now, brother.
Excuse me.
You're a Dallas Cowboy diehard fan.
For those of you listening on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, you can't see. Maybe you can tell by the vocal quality. We're gonna get his mic on next podcast, but for right now, we're doing kind of a remote podcast right now. I'm looking him dead in his eyes right now, and I'm telling him to his face, watch the way you talk to me, B. Talk to me nice. You know who I know is winning. So let's just move on right now before I become brother angry.
Okay. And I can't wait to make that phone call on Sunday.
We finish off with the Monday nighter. Tell me about your ex-quarterback. We got the Chargers against the Broncos. Please tell me about Russell Wilson. Did you guys know something none of us knew?
Listen, Russell better start playing, or he's going to do that 1-2 step right out of Denver, man. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on there. This guy is it's like he can't throw a ball anymore.
Okay, wait a minute. He did go in for a procedure. He has been injured, even though he hasn't been saying anything. So I will give him the benefit of that, though. But that's a minor benefit because he's just not making good decisions, injury or not.
Yeah. I mean, Denver had a great defense. and all they needed was a quarterback. They got the star quarterback, and people are leaving the stadium before the game is over. That can't happen, man.
These are facts. These are facts.
I just don't. I have no idea. I've never seen a quarterback drop off so much from between one year and another.
Well, this is it. This is it, and drastically, and I mean drastically. Yeah. I mean, he's looking like, dare I say, a first-year quarterback right now. I mean, his decisions I don't understand. Yeah. I just don't understand the decisions that he's making, and I don't understand the coaching going on in that team. Last Monday night, they haven't moved the ball all game. They got to. You go for it on fourth down and you haven't moved the ball all game. Like, somebody explain this to me.
It's crazy decisions by this rookie coach. You seen that game? That was terrible. You seen this game tonight? That was terrible. I don't know, man. Russell, like, he's got to go. He's really got to dig deep down and say, man, he needs one of those 350-yard games where he's throwing that deep ball perfect into these guys' hands, where he's running and scrambling, and he's, as they say, they let Russ cook, right? I mean, he's not cooking right now, man. The man's stove ain't even on. It's terrible, man. The guy is just, I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. It's just terrible, man.
But, man, these are real facts. Now, let's get into this, too. You mentioned it. We might as well talk about the sham that was the Monday night game tonight. The crazy thing about this game was I noticed something. I'm not a purveyor of playing any quarterback before 2 years after getting drafted. I hate it. And I saw something in Justin Fields tonight that I don't think is this young man's fault. I do not think it's this kid's fault. But one thing I noticed about, and we talked about this at length before, you get these coaches that try to make natural running quarterbacks pocket passers. For some reason, I don't know. And what I saw from him tonight was just not knowing how to run out of the pocket. Like, I saw him getting open, but keeping his eyes downfield to try to make the throw down the field when all he really seriously had to do was run. But they take his natural instincts away to try to make him a pocket passer. And for what reason, I don't know. So he got sacked 3 times trying to be a pocket passer instead of running.
But you know what? Chicago moved the ball well tonight.
They did.
Their problem is they just don't know how to score touchdowns.
True.
They were in the red zone. I can't remember how many times. They just can't score touchdowns. Even the last play of the game, the dude's juggling the ball. That was a touch. He should have had that ball. Touchdown, game over.
You mentioned the name before. Let's bring it up because obviously you have a point to make about him. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz. This
guy is finished. I mean, but you know what? He's still a golden boy. He still keeps getting chances. This guy is finished. He just needs to, he can be a backup if somebody gets hurt. You can come in, but he should not be a starter.
Wow. So you're going deep on it. You're like, he's just like,
yeah.
So you're saying Henke next game.
Did you watch the game tonight?
I watched the game tonight, and I thought, well, first of all, it was a monstrosity. It was just monstrous to watch that game.
But you're right.
But even though it picked 100%. Up in the fourth quarter, but I mean, just decisions on both sides of the team, and Carson Wentz and his inability to throw the ball 5 yards.
That's the thing, right? Everything was a screen pass or a handoff in him. He just lost his ability to be a quarterback.
But let's be real. He has Curtis Samuels and he has Scary Terry. There's no reason why he should be this bad.
Well, they ain't getting. That's it. They'd be lucky if they get 500 yards this year, man. This guy he's just not there anymore, man. Whatever it is, it's mental. I think. He just never was the same after Philly. His feelings got hurt. He got emotional, and it became a mental blockage for him. He just doesn't know how to play the game like he used to.
These are absolute facts, man. I think he's one of those players that's inside of his own head. You know what I mean?
That's it, brother. That's it.
All right. Now it is Jerome G's time right now. It is Brothers Angry's time to get us all caught up on the baseball situation, sir. What have you noticed about the playoffs so far, my friend? And who do you like?
Let me tell you, man. Pitching. It's all about pitching, bro.
It seems like it is this year.
It's always about pitching, right? To be honest, right? I mean, you need the pitchers, man. Your best pitchers need to show up in October. This is how the games are won. This is how, the good teams are separated from the bad teams, man. Right? So it's showing too. I mean, let's go back to that Toronto. Let's go back to that Toronto series because obviously that shit it's still
it's still resonating.
It's still bothering me, man. I cannot stop thinking about that game, right? And we had pitchers, and Toronto had the guy that they're paying all this money to on the mound, who had a great game, and he gave up a single or two and maybe a run or two. But they were well in front, right? The manager decided he's going to go to the bullpen.
But which I don't understand. It's the playoffs. Why do you have a pitcher on a pitch count when you're winning in the playoffs? I did not get that decision.
If you were going to go and spend all this money on a pitcher, right? You got to let the pitcher pitch.
Facts.
Because this is what you brought him for, right?
Facts.
But nope. They go and they go to the bullpen, and all of a sudden their 7-run lead evaporates. They lose the series 2 straight.
We're talking about 7 runs. 7 runs.
Man, like I said, you gotta. If you believe in your pitcher, you gotta let your pitcher pitch.
100%.
Now, if your pitcher's if he's getting knocked around, that's another story. But you're saving him for tomorrow. But there may not be tomorrow.
These are facts. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You said that earlier, didn't you?
That's it, man. So, the game was going so good. But, I don't know. Sometimes as a fan, you see things and you say, man, who's managing these teams, right? But
that's it. So let me get your take on this, though.
Yeah.
Because we haven't talked in a while, and it's our first show of the season. So let's get to it. You being our baseball expert, Roger Maris said that he considers Aaron Judge the legitimate home run leader at 62 this year because he said he wasn't drugged up like everybody else. Is that fair?
I mean, okay, everybody talks about the steroids, and you got to be, you're jacked up, so you're going to hit the ball further, et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? You got to be a good enough hitter to hit the friggin' ball.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand that. You think people were just throwing Bonds and this guy's fastballs, and they weren't throwing them change-ups or curveballs or sliders. I mean, you have to be talented enough to hit the ball.
Can I make a point that nobody's making either?
Sure.
The pitchers were juiced up too.
Listen, there were so many other people that were juiced up or who are juiced up, man. It's just that,
Didn't Roger Clemens pitch until he was 43?
Something like that.
Yeah,
I know he was late in his career.
How's that?
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way that's possible.
But, those guys were the poster boys because, they were hitting home runs on a daily basis, right? So,
Roger Clemens was throwing well into the 100-mile-an-hour at 43.
Oh, yeah.
At 43.
Yeah.
Now,
and that's, nobody...
Somebody tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, it's, you think about it and you say, okay, so let's take Judge. Sure, he's not on the juice per se. He's a big man. He's 6'8". The dude is 6'8" and whatever poundage, right? He's hammering these home runs and he hit 62. But even he said Barry Bonds is the true home run leader. Respect. And always will be.
Respect.
Right? Respect, man. I don't know, regardless of juiced era or not, right? I mean, he did what he did. That's a great feat. I mean, you think by now
you cannot take it away from him.
No, you can't take it away from him. And also guys like Judge and Judge strikes out a lot too.
Yeah,
like the number. You ever see this guy? Like this guy strikes out so much, man. I'm not. Like I said, it was the juice too, but it's a lot of talent, man. A lot of talent.
I had him in fantasy baseball this year, so I had to take a lot of bad with that good, my friend. And I actually made it to the finals for the second time in my fantasy career, but I couldn't close the door, man. I was a
Nah,
bridesmaid again.
yeah, but I mean, if you look at these championship series is going on here, man. I mean, yeah, look at the Padres and the Dodgers. They're tied 1-1. I mean,
Yep.
Phillies tied it up with the Braves, man. Right? I mean, the series is tied.
Look,
Um,
a lot of surprises so far.
yeah. It's crazy, man. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of
Are the Yankees a lock to make it in?
Well, the Yankees will do what the Yankees do, man, and that's they'll just smash home runs and they'll be able to beat the Guardians. The Guardians are not as talented. They don't really have any star players, great players like the Yankees do. So the Yankees pitching is a little bit better.
Right.
Well, can the Yankees beat Houston? That's a big question. That's a huge question. Nobody knows. Because Houston's gonna, they're gonna get rid of Seattle real quick.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I just don't think that Seattle, they don't have enough players, man. They don't. The Blue Jays actually matched up pretty well with Houston, but even Houston they're a professional team.
Right.
And they won the second most games this year.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be a handful for anybody they play, and I think they may beat the Yankees because the Yankees again too. They're if they're not smashing home runs, they're just an average team.
Can't that be said about anybody though?
Well, no, but I mean that's how the Yankees win their games, man. They're a home run hitting team, right? So
Right.
if you can keep the ball in the park, they're not a team that's going to single and double you to death, right?
Right.
They're swinging for the long balls. They're going all or nothing, right? So if Houston, they got really good pitching. So if the Yankees aren't able to hit the ball out of the park, they're in trouble. They're going to lose to Houston.
Well, that's it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk about it on our live show this weekend.
All right.
And to
Let's
everybody
do
out
that,
there, the boys are back. It is me, your board certified fantasy football and all sports guru, alongside his right hand man, Jerome G. Some call him Brother Angry. And you'll get to see his face this weekend. But we're back live for our 4 days a week show for the remainder of the season. I mean, we apologize for the late start this year, but for anybody who knows, Montreal, Quebec, Canada is a crazy thing.
Yo, NBA next week, bro.
NBA starts next week, exactly. So I think this weekend we'll do our NBA show and get the people talking about who's going to do what. Is Westbrook finally over? Is Ben Simmons going to learn how to shoot? Is a rocking chair needed to be bought for James Harden? There's a lot of questions to be answered. And is Kevin Durant going to finish the season in Brooklyn? A lot of questions, my friend.
A lot of questions, man.
Is Luka the MVP this year?
Hey, Guru, listen, I see your Les Canadiens won one out of their 6 games they're going to win this year.
Well, let's talk about Les Canadiens. We opened up the season against our arch nemesis, Toronto. We put them to bed.
Toronto just can't beat that team. Doesn't matter what happens. I'll give you a really, really quick joke. I was in the weight room last night watching this game. 33 seconds left in the game. I turned to this dude. I didn't even know the dude. I said, yo, you know what's going to happen? Toronto's going to give the puck away and Montreal's going to win the game. Bam. 17 seconds left. Toronto gives the puck away. Montreal wins the game. I just shake my head and I walk away. The guy's like, how'd you know that was going to happen? I go, it's Montreal-Toronto, man. It always happens.
Well, that's what we do. But speaking as an Edmonton Oiler, I think you should keep your nose out of my business. But yeah, I mean, one of the things I noticed about the Canadians is that line of the kids. I mean, that Caulfield and Suzuki line with Anderson, they're going to be a problem this year.
No problem.
They are moving that puck. They're putting the puck away. I can't even count how many points they had in the game. That's a team and that's a line that's going to make a lot of noise this year. And I love the youth on the Canadians right now. I love the enthusiasm. The Canadians are a lot better than they were last year, and I think it's going to show this year.
Yeah, you know what? I can't deny what you're saying because it makes sense and it's kind of true. But I just don't think that they got enough depth against other teams other than Toronto. For some reason, they could always beat Toronto, but
Well, I kind
I
of think
think that
they have a legitimate three lines. You know what I mean? You have the new
is
kid
it
that
legitimate? Is it? They
it's
got
legit.
they got that rookie. Rookie's looking good.
The
You
rookie's
know,
looking good. You have the Caulfield
looking
line.
good.
You know, you have the
Yeah.
Jerome line. Like, there's a lot of things that we're gonna do this year. I think we're gonna surprise a lot of teams this year.
Yeah, I think their season will be entertaining, but I don't know if that's going to transpire into wins.
Well, you know what happens with the entertaining season in March in Montreal? Like, it kind of turns from entertaining to magical.
Yeah, sometimes it does, man. I can't lie, man. It's true. I can't lie that I was pissed. I was so pissed that they won that game last night. I was like, man,
Well, here's the question for you though: are your Edmonton Oilers ready to make the step? Is Conor McGregor and the kids over there ready to step up and be men finally?
Listen, you seen McDavid score 2 goals yesterday. You know the big compliment. You know what made the Oilers better? Evander Kane.
Absolutely. Believe it or not, it really did.
If you look at Kane, he had only 1 point last night. Like, I follow Kane, right? This dude, when he really wants to, he's like the puck is it's like a magnet to him, and it always finds him, and always in a good position to score. Without him last year, they don't make that run.
Facts.
He's back this year under contract.
Yep.
They got some good parts. Always though, with the story with the Oilers lately, goaltending, that's the question mark.
You know what? It's so much of the league is the question for. So much of the league. Well, it looks like we got a lot to talk about this weekend, my man. We got some basketball. We got some hockey we got to talk. So it's good to be back. It's good to see you again, my friend. And
Been a
for
minute,
everybody,
man.
this is season 3 of Brothers Talk Ball on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music. And we'd like to we joined the iHeartRadio family this year. So let's have that. Good to see you, brother. And we'll talk this weekend on the live show. And we'll be back on the podcast all week. So good to see you, my
let's
man.
do it, Guru.
It's
Great to see you too, man. Great to be back, man.
Good to be back in the saddle again, my brother.
See, I wasn't angry today, man. I'm good, but I can't promise about the weekend.
Trust me when I tell you, it's coming. It's coming, my friend. Have a good night. None but love, my brother.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you on the weekend.
Sounds good.
Cool.